Welcome back everybody, How To Texture here, the only legit place on YouTube for any Pokemon Go spoofing stuff. So we are back with a very important and possibly very underrated video all about iPoGo and their feeds. Before we get into this, make sure you hit that subscribe button and the notification bell to stay tuned on our channel for all of the best Pokemon Go spoofing news and new releases just sent to you. Now, as we said, this is going to go through how to use feeds and to basically use iPoGo to spoof Pokemon Go properly and efficiently. So it's a really important video that I think a lot of you are going to need. But before we get into that, if you want a really reliable way of spoofing Pokemon Go, then look no further than iPoGo by Tenor Share. Now, they allow you to simply plug in your device, use the original Pokemon Go app, and teleport to anywhere in the world. You can also set up different routes for your person to go, and it works seamlessly and it will never get revoked. So this is the most reliable way. Go ahead and check their links out in the description. This is iPoGo by Tenor Share. Go ahead and check them out. Okay, so without any further ado, as you can see, we are going to use iPoGo for this. Now, there are a variety of methods on how to get iPoGo onto any iOS device, so make sure that if you haven't, go and check the links in the description. There'll be a variety of ways on installing it, so go there, then come back here and make sure your iPoGo is good to go. So now I assume that you've got iPoGo. You will then see that your settings down the left-hand side there has a section for feeds. So when you click on feeds, you will see loads of different options available. And we're going to go through these in turn. But before we do that, I'm going to show you the feeds down the right-hand side here, the thing that's flying along in my screen. So this basically searches your closest radar to your person, and it only shows you the closest 4 Pokemon, but you can customize this so that you can actually press on the little shiny arrow there, and it will only show you the Pokemon that have the ability to be shiny. Now, I will understand that you all think there might be some way of making every single Pokemon shiny. Unfortunately, that's not the case. They are completely random, and they have different basically possibilities based on community days, events, and so on. So they are random, and there is no way of making sure that every single Pokemon is shiny. But what you can do is you can go onto the little toggle at the bottom of it, and you can choose certain Pokemons to filter and search for. So let's say, for example, I want to go on a T-Pig hunt. I'm going to click on that, click done, and then it will show me my local T-Pigs. Now, the way to use this now is if you tap on one, you'll see at the top right-hand corner there's a little play button. If I now click play, it will now auto walk to that Pokemon, which is really, really cool, and it works really cool. So you can literally go hunting around your local area. Obviously, this only works within a certain radius. So if you're going hunting on more rarer Pokemon, it won't work if that Pokemon is then thousands of miles away. But if you want to do that, then you can use the actual feeds themselves. So if I go back onto feeds, and then if I want to search for certain Pokemon IVs or actual Pokemon, we'll go through both, then this is how you use them. So let's say that I want to go on a 100 IV hunt. I want to get some really cool Pokemon. If you tap on that, it will show you now your levels of Pokemon and their distance from you. So this Gibble here is only 1.25 kilometers away. So if I then tap on it and teleport, it's going to say, do I want to proceed? Because it automatically assumes that you've checked the cooldown period for 1.25 kilometers away. If you don't know what a cooldown period is, basically that means you can't just teleport anywhere and just go and hunt Pokemon. Niantic have put stops in place. As you can see on the screen, there's a massive chart full of the distances travelled and the time you have to wait in order to hunt Pokemon properly like that. If you need any more details on that, please check the link in the description. There's a whole tutorial we've made all about cooldown periods and how to hunt and snipe specific Pokemon. So then I could click OK, and then it would hunt me down straight away there, and then you'd move around a little bit, and that Gibble should, hopefully, in theory, show up once the server has caught up. So let's have a little wander around. There we go. Things are starting to spawn in now. Let's walk around a little bit more, and then hopefully that Gibble would then show up. I'm not actually, if it does show up, I'm not actually going to interact with it, because that would then, there you go, there's that Gibble there. That's 100 IV Gibble. So I'm not actually going to interact with it, because otherwise that will start my cooldown period, and I don't want to do that. So I'm going to go back and teleport back to Pier 39, because I don't want to interact with the server in any way and cause myself a soft ban. So I'm going to go back to that point. So that's how you can then use IVs in there. You can get different level IVs. You can get 100 IV 0. Not quite sure why you'd want IV 0. If anyone wants to let me know in the comments, please do. I don't know why. What's the point in having a really rubbish Pokemon? But please feel free to comment down below what is the point of having a level 0 IV Pokemon. So that's how different you can go different levels. This custom bit here we're going to talk about last, but at the top you'll see they're very grayed out, the different versions or generations of Pokemon you can also hunt for, which is really, really cool. And they have all of them. So let's say that I went all the way down to Generation 1, and then I could click on Mew. For example, there's not going to be any Mews in the wild at all. So it doesn't search raids for you. Okay, that's really important. So don't bother trying those. You know that rare legendary Pokemon, they're only going to be available in raids, so there's no much point feeds for those. But you can then set up custom. Now, custom allows you to then do lots and lots of different things. You can then set up loads of different Pokemon. So, for example, let's say that I want to hunt all of the starting Pokemon of Generation 3. So I can add them to my feed. So if I click on the little button at the side there, so if I go back, that's next to custom, the little button there. You can then search for certain Pokemon. At the moment, there's none. So if I click on Pokemon, I can then go to level 3, and I want to select him, him, and him. Okay, so I can then go back. They're the ones I want to search for. Distance, all of them. Level, I want them to be a level, I don't know. Let's change this back. Let's be generous. Let's go to any level. And there, I want them to all be level 100 IV, and that is now my custom filter. So I can now go back, and then if I click on custom, it will then search for them. Unfortunately, there aren't any of them, but let's add some easier Pokemon to find. Let's go for a Rattata, for example. Nope, no Rattatas either. Okay, but that's how we use the custom one. That's what I use all of the time to hunt those specific Pokemon that I want to do. Let's say I want to go up and, let's say this Trico there, I want to start actually trying to get all of the candy and evolve it. I would have the Trico, plus I would have all of my others. So let's say I wanted to add on this. I wanted to go to Trico again. I want to see if I can get all 3 of those so that I can get some evulsions done. So that is pretty cool. So that is basically the feeds version. Remember, you can also snipe specific Pokemon using exact coordinates. That is something that we have a link in the description for, and is a really useful tutorial as well. So I hope you've enjoyed this. Make sure that you are using this safely. Check out our video on cooldown periods and how to use it safely. And remember, if you need any help on how to get iPoGo, we have various methods that work in the description and on our channel. You can always help us out by hitting our memberships page, and you could join one of our free levels of memberships. That would be great to see you guys there. And as always, you can send us a super thanks for a wonderful job too, to help us and support us for creating content for you and keeping it on going. Stay tuned, because we have lots of different videos coming out soon, loads of different methods. So stay tuned to our whole channel. Thank you very much. See you guys very, very soon.